right, Ryan, thank you. Joining me now is retired Chief Patrol Agent with the Border Patrol, Chris Clem. Chris, always good to have you on. As Ryan just pointed out, you got Texas, South Carolina, Mississippi, who have already expressed interest in those states. Where do you think we'll see these camps go up next?
Well, good morning. And, I think obviously we're going to go with states that are allies and have been supporting President Trump and his mission since day one. So it makes sense that Republican states would be priority. Look, there's a lot of talk about Alligator, Alcatraz, but I think that the most important piece here is the consequence for violating U.S. laws. I mean, if you want integrity in the immigration system, if you want to clean up the wrongs of the past, it starts with the consequence. And we've had consequence delivery systems in CBP for decades. And one of them is detention. And it's getting people off the streets that have violated law, whether they're heinous criminals or those that have had orders of removal. But these are priority missions, and they're absolutely necessary in order for us to right the wrongs of a failed immigration system.
And Border Czar Tom Homan says ICE needs about 40,000 more beds for these detained migrants. How many facilities would be needed to reach that goal in your eyes?
Well, a lot of these soft-sided structures, which you're seeing at Alligator, Alcatraz, I know companies that can be anywhere in the United States in 48 hours and set these things up with 5,000 beds in under a week. So it can be done. It can be done all across the country, wherever we have, support. Look, it's simple math. If he needs 40,000, then we need at least 8 more of these facilities, because the longer that somebody, or the more people that are in detention, means they're in the process, and the quicker they're going to get a decision, especially if they're still going through the immigration hearings. If they're just transitioning, waiting for the removal flights, then, this is really a quick turnaround. But again, it starts with the consequences necessary for those that are violating U.S. law.
A big spotlight has just been put on the name of the facility, right? Alligator, Alcatraz. I mean, if it pops up in Texas, is it going to be Rattlesnake, Alcatraz? I mean, or is it Alligator, Alcatraz? That's just the brand, and it pops up everywhere.
Yeah.
Any scoop there?
I love it. Look, I'm from Louisiana. I've got alligators on my tie and one over my shoulder here. So, I mean, I think it's a funny name. But, people get worked up over that name. The only problem they have with alligators is if they escape federal detention, and that will be a further consequence. But I don't think we should get caught up on the name. I think the most important piece is what I started off with, is it's a consequence for those that have violated the law. We've had detention since we messed up in school. We expect detention for those that violate U.S. law. And I think the more that we have, it sends a message, and it allows the lawmakers, if they really are going to get serious, to actually clean up some of the immigration mess that has been created by a failed system for over a decade or several decades that's impacting all of this.
Yeah, I was just curious if you had any insights there, what that's going to look and sound like. Let me ask you about the president's overall approval rating since he has been back in office. It's been slipping since April. And this recent poll, this CBS News poll, finds that the majority poll don't approve of his immigration policies. Yet the president is making good on his campaign promises, right? I mean, Customs and Border Protection just came out with its latest border encounters. They're at an all-time low. Why do you think there's this contradiction in these numbers, especially when immigration was one of the top 2 reasons that President Trump was elected back to office?
Well, first of all, I live in a border state, so it is great to see the numbers of illegal entries just plummet. This is amazing. We have a very secure border now. As far as why numbers have shifted, I would think you can't go more than a 1 or 2 feeds on any of the social media, and you see this complete misdirection and gaslighting of what is happening with these targeted immigration sweeps. I mean, you can't find a story on social media or in some of the mainstream media that's not highlighting the 1 or 2 1 or 2 offs, like the one person that was killed during the raid. The person ran from ICE and fell. That wasn't ICE's fault. So you hear this stuff, and you got a lot of these lawmakers that are making all these virtual signaling reports, talking about 300 people were rounded up, but they mentioned the one person who whose family may have been separated because they got caught up because they were here illegally. So I think a lot of it has to do with the narrative, and the Republicans consistently, conservatives consistently lose a lot of the narrative points. When the facts come out and at the end of the year, the numbers are up there and we start looking at, moving forward into midterms, I think that will shift things back to where they need to be, because the American people, bottom line, want the facts. They want the truth. And when they get that straight from the horse's mouth, I think we'll see those polls shift back into a more favorable direction.
Well, that's what we try to do every single day here, separate fact from fiction. And Chris Clem, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.